All right. Hi, guys. My name is Erin Shivey Rockwell. I am this guy's spouse, so we go together in life and in work, I suppose. We just invite you into this space today to experience some of what we do. This is mostly all new. Some of the structure is there, but all of the movement, for the most part, is new to them. He's inviting you just to kind of see how he's experiencing or that interchange. I think you're going to share at the end more. Is that
yeah, I think so. Once we have everybody here,
since people are arriving. But what I would like to start with is we're actually going to do a bit of an improvisation to begin and to arrive. And I'd love to invite you into this space with us if you're willing. You don't have to. You could do that there in this space. If you are willing to come out here into our sacred space, I invite you to do that. You will need to take off your shoes if that is okay. And this is something that nobody, just like them, I'm trying to calm their nerves. You're not here to adjudicate them, right? And we are not here to adjudicate you in your movement. So we're just here to invite you into this space. I want it to feel like we are in here together. So if you would, and you're interested, come on down. I'm going to actually turn the lights on now because I feel like it'll be a bit of a jolt later. And we're all just going to take a little walk through the space to begin. I invite you to just take a moment to use your senses to see what is in this space, to feel what it is you can sense with the skin. That might be the floor underneath your feet. It might be the clothes brushing on your body. It might be the air temperature in the room. And just taking nice deep breaths in and out. You might notice smells that you've experienced or lingering smells from lunch. Taste, whether that's new or brought with you. I invite you to just maybe change your pace and see what that feels like or what you experience there. How the weight is pouring or shifting through your feet. How you might sense that movement up through the legs, pelvis, into the spine, shoulders. What happens if you lean your head forward a little bit? Or maybe push pelvis through the space? Perhaps that's backwards or sideways. Letting your head fall. Or maybe a foot reaches. Hand leads. Whoa. Try other body parts. Elbows, knees, pinky toe. Earlobe, nose. As you continue through that exploration, noticing senses, is there something that kind of pause to sense something else? Are you still aware of sight, sound, smell, feel, touch, taste? And bringing that sound too into the experience, which has always been there, whether or not we were aware. And seeing if you can bring that awareness into the sensations of the body, so that external impetus to move, whether that's either what does it feel like, the sound, what does the sound feel like, or what does that sound look like? Is it in different areas of the body? Or do you experience it as a whole? And then I invite you to just make that movement smaller and smaller until you've found just a perceived stillness, standing space. You can choose to close your eyes or just soften them. And here just attune to the residual sensation of the movement. Notice what Steve Paxton would refer to as the small dance. Noticing the residual of the sound. What does that feel like? Or maybe we're more attuned to the small voices outside we didn't hear before. And just like silence that is never fully silent, movement or stillness is never fully still. And using this time as arrival, as I kind of pulled from Nancy Stark Smith and her work, that arriving, and that means not just physically in the space, you've already done that, but mentally, kind of emotionally, all of you focused, present in this moment. Some might call that mindfulness. Some might call that focus or presence. And hopefully we can carry sort of this state forward into our time today. And before we move away from this moment, I just want to take a moment to empty something. What is it that is not needed in this moment, not serving you? Might be a thought, might be a feeling, might just be a sensation in the body. Thank you, neck pain. I don't need you right now. Trying to release that, to open up some space for something that is needed in this moment. And maybe that's a little bit of peace or calm. Perhaps that's just clarity of mind. Maybe that's miraculous healing of your calf. That's me. And then a final thought of gratitude. What is it that we can hold on with? A thankful kind of heart, mind, body. I'm thankful for all the bodies in this space. All right, and you can just open your eyes, kind of reacclimate to the space. And we're going to move into the next section. Thank you so much for participating with us. Hopefully, at any point in time, if you need to move around and up there, reach something, I invite you to do that. We're going to go into our looping idea. That's a framework that we've been working on as a class, but it's all new information for them. So they have the framework, but not the movement. And we are going to do that in a 3. So Owen's going to kind of develop a loop for us. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and this is my favorite meter, favorite tempo. I could live all my life in it. I could do all class in this. I have to work really hard to get out of it. Oh, but I thought I'd indulge today. Already forgot what I'm doing, y'all. need some water?
No.
Oh, okay. It's longest for him. That's why he needs some electronics, right?
Maybe this is a good time to speak.
Sure. Perfect. You want this one?
Yeah, I'll give you this one. Sweet. Just found new ways to mic my setup, which is great. All right, so.
You warm?
This is the product of like many, many years of just goofing around in the studio with a lot of different stuff. The centerpiece of which is my djembe, if you couldn't tell. I play a lot on it. It's a Remo djembe. It's not a real djembe, obviously, but to me, in my mind, this is the most. What's that? I've wanted a real one for a long time, but I won't use it in dance class, and here's why. Because this thing, you can make it sound like a bongos, timbales, snare drum, full drum set. It's the most versatile thing that I've found. Again, a real djembe from Africa, not as versatile. It's great. It does the one thing that it does very well. But yeah, that's kind of the center point of what I'm doing. But then also the setup with Ableton and stuff like that. So I thought we would have more time, but they're just getting water. So I'll speak more later.
Okay, come on out, y'all. We're gonna, we kind of started this phrase last class, so I'm gonna break it down for you guys. This is the one thing that we've also started together. So, you wanna give me a tempo for that? Because I'm sure I'm gonna move a little quickly right now. Because I got my blood flowing. Oh, 1, 2, I got it. 3, 4, yeah, I got it. Never mind. We're gonna break, and today I think I'm gonna have you bend your knees because I want you to actually feel that all the way through the spine a little bit more. So we're breaking that right hip. That's a heel. Right heel will actually release. So release, swing, catch it. Literally throw it, and rebound. So it's kind of like, stay right there, Rebecca. Kind of like if I were throwing it and I'm like, Rebecca, help me get around. Yes, okay. So we're 1, 2, catch, 3, and 5. Reaching for that. As soon as you kind of get there, you keep reaching and you put something down in your pocket that goes all the way down to your knee. Maybe down into that, what's that called? Cargo pocket.
There it is.
That's it. So around, through. Cargo pocket, close the door, drop it down, up and over. We just did that. Guess what? We almost just did this. Well, we kind of did both of it. Kick a drum. Up. Dig down. Shift weight. Turn around. Gather it up. Break left. Around. Good. Back it up for just a second. Okay. We go break 1, circle 2, catch 3, 4, 5. Put it in your pocket, open, close the door, drop it down, up and over. This is 2, 3. Just got lost on where I'm going. Dig. So this is a pivot step. In, out, transfer weight. Turn around behind yourself, gather it up. Left side, 1. 2, catch, 3, toss, 4, around, put it in your pocket, close the door, drop down, up and over, kick a piano, dig, pivot step, in, out, shift weight, up. Now, one thing, what did we talk about? Okay, we did this one thing last class, right? And we talked about what was important. Weight shift. And we talked about how it was changing direction a lot, but really only because of the weight shift occurs. Like, it's not changing direction. I mean, you can't ever change direction if weight shift never happens. But the whole point is, and you'll notice, like, I'm low in my lowest lunge when I get here. So we're not like, oh, look at that little thing in my little pocket, closing a little door. Oh, up and over. Oh, didn't mean for that to sound like anybody I know. But it came out that way. It was not supposed to be. But yes, no little pockets, big cargo pockets. Deep, dropping through this space to come over. I think I'm on the wrong foot here. Yeah. So you can find that suspension pushing the floor away here. Dig. So that's a big step. I never get up and over. So it is not pivot, step, in, out. Push through space. Ah, yeah, that's so exciting. There, and then you gotta kind of take momentum away. There. Questions? Okay, let's mark it all together and I'll give you groups. So don't kick anybody right now. You're gonna count us in on this one.
5, 6, 7, and 8.
2, catch 3. That's 4. Shut up. Close it. Drop it down. Up. 2, 3. Dig on 4. In out. 5. 6. Left side. Up. Catch 3. Toss. 4. Out. Dig. Cargo pocket. Other pocket. Dig 4. In, out. Go. Good. All right, rest. You know, I just realized why. I mean, you got a whole different setup. But we don't hear it. You guys probably hear it better than we're hearing it out here. Maybe, because I'm like, why is he playing so quiet today? But it's because you normally go through the system, huh?
No.
Don't you? Okay, well then we need more of you, man.
Okay. I was trying to drown out my
Let's go. Stop
collaborators
being so
over here.
polite over here. Oh, sorry. We need more of you too. Just wail on those keys. Oh, you need some group. Hey, how about go away? Stay. Oh, come here. You guys stay. You go away. And you're 2. Wait, go away. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're back to go with that. Okay, you guys are 1, you guys are 2, you guys are 3. What? No, 1. You're great. That's a wonderful spot to be. Okay, here we go. Guys.
Give it a second. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Be big and
7,
bold.
and 8.
Go. Jump. Swing. Catch 3. Toss 4. Deep in that pocket. Close the door. Drop it down. Up. Suspend. Dig in. Out. 2 and catch. Toss and dig deep. Close. Drop. Up and over. Up. Suspend. Stay. Dig and in. Out. Yes. Good. the breath I was encouraging you, hopefully, in the beginning. And then the connection. So just because there's no like stopping point doesn't mean there's not suspension through things. Or doesn't mean that everything's equal. So, you know, we did lots of movement on the floor, which is swirling and whatever, and some of that is coming into play, but we're losing the dynamics. Like you guys are now getting the movement through the space, but you're losing the dynamics of what could be this moment of suspension to dig forward through those places, even if we're falling in the wrong direction, right? So I think like more groundedness so it can come up through the upper body and have a slightly different follow through. So that's where it looks like it's continuous, but it's not even or equal in its energy dynamic. Does that make sense? What else did you learn? One more thing. Yes?
It's sort of the same thing that Alicia just said, but for me personally, I like to use more breath throughout my movements, that way I'm on the counts.
Okay, more breath. Yeah, and it's like you can't rush the counts. It's not fast, it's not slow either, up the space and use like that sense of falling in suspension, you will be too fast. You'll be ahead of the music. Okay, last time. And reach towards the mic or Jeff. Yeah, that it's not just a toss indirect. So that's where you guys are losing your balance and or muddying the water. So this is very indirect, but it becomes a direct. So remember how I was like, hey, help me around. Exactly. It stops at a wall and then you're closing body half in to the door. And so I think those moments are going to help bring clarity instead of leaving it really indirect energy in your body. Okay, everybody over there by the windows. We're going to do a little moving across the floor. Just kind of a quick, let's do, you know, we're probably not going to loop or whatever. Okay. Let's just do 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a chasse. That's the air. Back half just decides not to work. There we go. Yeah. So brush and a brush and a brush and a chasse and brush and a brush and a chasse. All the way across the floor. Okay, I can do one more combo or y'all can talk. You have stuff to say?
A few things, but yeah, at
You
this
got
point.
5 minutes
We
to
got,
say?
yeah,
You got
you get,
15
go ahead,
minutes
go ahead.
to say.
Go ahead, I'll talk for less.
Okay, you better run this quick. That side, which I don't know. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. You big low, speed skater, speed skater. That's a little hoppy thing. Let's see it. Oh, right there. Yeah, good as well. Oh, I can do that, but speed skater. Then step, leap. You know, yes, to the floor, up, step, your biggest, craziest, wonderfulest move. I was gonna say jump, but I'll let you decide. It can be like, I don't care. How about you? 1, 2, 3, 4. Dig deep. Speed skater. Roll up, down. Got it? Great. Very nice. Spread out in a circle. How about this? You guys we're just going to take a nice final breath together. And then you'll watch me and we'll do a cool down as they start speaking. Okay, so I won't speak, you'll just watch me through it. But let's take a nice deep breath together in parallel. You guys can reach up with us just to the ceiling. I like to go through the ceiling, grab a cloud. Oh, bring it down, like cock your hand in your pillow and just let it kind of hug. Literally, your hands turn into that cloud as you kind of hug down your body. 2 more time, reaching up through the ceiling to the clouds. Bring the sunshine or a cloud, whatever you want, rain. Bringing that down. Feeling the groundedness of the feet into the floor. When we're down there, thank the
So yeah, this is just one way I use this setup. Today was a lot of drummy drums, so sometimes it's more sparse. Also never really quite know how long the improv is going to be and how many cycles are going to be, so just trying to time that out. But I like using live instruments into Ableton because I just like live sounds anyway. And so it presents some interesting challenges because cymbals, it's really hard to mic cymbals and not catch the rest of the room. So what I've settled on is using contact mics. One of them went out last night, so I didn't have it on my ride cymbal, but turned that into a ride or whatever. So contact mics work really well. If all else fails, like I said, the other reason I use a djembe is that when all of this doesn't work, I can always hit a drum. And it does fail quite regularly. It does just turn off, or there's something like what happened this morning where a wire gets crossed. So that's my get out of jail free card. Does anybody have any questions about? Yes.
I noticed one of the first pieces seems like you were building the loop one by one.
Yes.
But then in another one of the pieces you had a
Yes.
loop already built
Right.
from. How do you?
So
you have
it
a
depends on the
little-
class. I'll decide if I don't have a lot of time, if it's something like where the teacher's teaching it really quickly, and I will sometimes rely on some of my pre-recorded loops. I probably have about 150 or so pre-recorded loops like that are fleshed out that I can kind of add or take away things. But then I try as much as possible to like make up new stuff just to keep constantly developing ideas and trying to decide how long each of those be. Sometimes it works for a class, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes there's stuff I haven't touched since I created it. So, Tig. No, okay, I thought you. All right.
Oh, I know. I like the efficiency of your rack-based setup. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, mother of all invention, necessity. So we have to move all this stuff out of here after every class, goes in a closet. So I created kind of a jackknife setup, little Leatherman that I can kind of unfold and put out where it needs to be.
I was wondering, this kind of appendix that goes out here, do you fold it in? Or
Yeah, I can demonstrate putting it away if you want me to. You can watch as it goes away. It's pretty cool. I like it, but.
Do you know any percussionists like me who are egotistical about how fast they can set up and take down?
Say that again?
They're egotistical.
Oh,
about
there's like a time limit. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, quick. All right, this is 2 seconds. They need Strava for you, and Strava for those drummers. See how fast.
Really good at that.
Yeah. Thanks for the add-ins. That was great. No, but it was wonderful. It was exactly as it needed to be. We try to decide whether we're going to have all 4 accompanists come in here that we normally have play during a class on Friday, but we decided it was just going to be, I felt like it was going to be a lot to kind of manage or do or whatever. I'm sorry, bud. But the thing is, playing in a group of musicians obviously is way different, and so you kind of have to decide who's going to play what role, of leading the dancers in, or who's going to count off what keys you're going to play and all that kind of thing. I got to say, I largely abrogate those sorts of decisions to my pianists. I pretty much stay out of the way, and teachers all look at me, and it's like, I'll start it, so.
Yeah, but the thing is that you started first, and
Right.
your pianist made the intelligent decision of matching your pitch content, which does not always happen.
Well, right. Actually, that's the funny thing is one of the loops, I don't know if you noticed, caught a little feedback, and so I just had pitches, so that just became, okay, so that's going to be the pitch center, if you will. I haven't quite figured out how to do what Ben Hazard does by modulating to all those different places. That's a new challenge to embrace maybe, but yeah.
I do feel like playing by yourself is a different skill set than accompanying with other musicians.
Bravo, yeah.
Yeah.
Just observation.
Yeah, no, it's 2 different things, absolutely.
So normally this class you have several musicians playing.
No, sorry. Normally, if we have this is combined, there are 2 levels of dance here. Both musicians who normally play for the class will play. And then if we had, like we often do, we had a guest artist week next week. We had one 2 weeks ago. The guest artist will teach all 4 levels. And so we'll have 4 levels of modern. This wall will go away like it is tomorrow. And then we'll all play. And Bud and I have gotten really good. Again, that would be a different presentation of just kind of how do you play with other people and fill in the spaces and all that kind of stuff. We've developed like a second language between us, which is pretty cool. By the way, Bud Berthold, Daniel Dunbar kind of joining us later, some of our musicians. Josh was here early, he'll be presenting momentarily. At this point, we've got about 5 minutes to sort of transition ourselves out, and then there will be a dance department meeting for about 30 minutes. We had said, on the schedule it said 45, but there's a new element that was added. There was a ballet piece learned this past week by another guest artist, and they are using an original score. And so you all will be the first to hear this piece of music that's original to that choreography. We thought it'd be really cool to share with you all. That will be at 3 o'clock.